if he's not rich, he's not the guy.
The relationship of the 21st century.
For example, the standard is not money, like she said.
The trends. I want to welcome each and every one of us to this session. You're all welcome. I have with me here for this show Chiamaka. I have with me Charity. I have Rainbox.
Thank you.
I have Cynthia. I myself, Michael. You're all welcome. It's good to have you. And in this session of this show, we'll be talking about the relationship that has to deal with the 21st century. The do's and the don'ts, the trends that are ongoing. You know, what was it before and what is it now? You know, what were relationships like before now? What were relationships like before? So we're looking at it, you know, trying to see the areas and all of that. So I'm going to start with let me start with Cynthia. You know, okay? You know, what are the common characteristics of the 21st century?
Talking about the 21st century relationship, it's very, very appalling that youths nowadays do not go into relationship because of love. Most of the youths.
Okay.
Like, if you're to go into research, about 70% of the youths go into relationship because of their personal gain. The aspect of the ladies, they're after the money, they're after the fame, they're after connection, like all those material, social status stuff. Then in the men aspect, they're after the physical beauty and physical appearance. Some of them are also after wealth, without having the basic thing, which is love. And that is why people complain about cheating, both in marriage, both in relationship, both. You see the person, she even after going with someone that is beautiful as a guy, he's not contented with the girl. You still go outside and meet someone that is more beautiful than her. You understand? So because there is no love, a lot of things are happening. The other thing is most of the people that are going after all these physical this thing is as a result of the kind of parents they have, the kind of ideology they were brought up with. Like, if he's not rich, he's not the guy. If she's not beautiful, she's not the one. So, like, currently, relationship is nothing to write home about. Like, most of the youths are even saying, I'm not going to get married, I'm not going to fall in love and all that. So when you say you're in love with someone and you can't stand with him or her in his most difficult moments, then there is nothing like that. There is a personal gain that almost everybody is going after.
Okay.
You understand?
Thank you. Okay, let's hear you out, Brembos.
Okay, the characteristics of
What are your
relationship
views? Yeah.
and dating this 21st century are actually a lot more diverse, because as day goes by, bad things and good things increasingly come into view in relationship and dating. So one of the characteristics I've noticed about relationship is that the goal in which relationship is to be is not being met. The standard for relationship and dating is now being shifted from what it's supposed to be to what is not. For example, the standard is not money, like she said, is beauty, which was not a key factor or a key something you could look into days before 21st century, years before 21st century, before our fathers got married, before our forefathers got into relationship, because they do have relationship before they get married, because you have to first of all see the lady you want, at least have a conversation and know at least what she has in mind before you could say, okay, as a rich man I want to get married to this person, to go and meet the father. Days before now, they have some small little talks, some small little relationship, maybe not very lengthy, but they do have relationship before marriage. And the standards in which the man measures the woman, the standard which the woman measures the man is not same. Before now, women are afraid that they will not get married. Yes, because they may find themselves and say, okay, I have bad character and I'm afraid I will not get married. I'm afraid that my family will see me as someone who is wasted. Like I compare Chinese with Igbo because we have almost the same culture. in Igbo land, if you don't get married before 30, 31, they see you as you are wasted, you are old, you are gone. Even in Chinese culture, they see you as...
Is it for the female or the male?
For the female.
Okay, for the female.
For the female. And for the male, if you don't get married before then, your parents are already on your neck.
Okay, for the men.
Yes.
Okay.
Both in Chinese culture, both in Igbo culture, we have kind of similar but not the same cultural standards when it comes to relationship and dating. So, and one of the standards which you are misplaced, which is a trend now in the 21st century, is we tend to forget the purpose
of marriage.
Yes. Tend to forget the purpose. Another thing we tend to forget is that the way a relationship needs to be. For example, the Bible says in Ephesians 5:25, it said, for husbands, this means love your wives just as Christ loved the church. He gave up his life for her. So actually, women tend to forget that it's the man's duty to love. It's not the woman's duty to love. The man's duty is to respect and not to love. So when I tend to, a man expects a wife to love, is a problem. Actually, respect comes before love comes from a woman's side. If a woman doesn't respect you, she doesn't love you. That's it. If a man doesn't respect you, it's certain that she doesn't love you. It's very clear. If a man doesn't love
submission.
You, yes. And for a man, respect doesn't come first, because a man has to see a quality before he respects you. A man cannot just start respecting you, no. You see a man protesting to his Yoruba father because he respects him. He doesn't actually love his father, because he's seen value first. He respects the man, but there's no value up front men see, because men tends to be kind of stoic beings, used to be, you see men as tight people. So a man loves first before he respects. If respect for a man has to love first before respect comes. But for a woman, respect comes first before love.
Okay, thank you.
The two has an understanding. If two people has an understanding, there is trust. If both of you can have an understanding, have a good trust that can do something even without love. Because I know olden times when my grandma and my grandpa got married, they didn't get married because they didn't have a relationship. My mom saw my dad. He said he's not going to marry him. It was surprised when my dad came over and said he was one. Everybody in the room was shocked. That was the same person.
There was no relationship.
There was no relationship. They just get married. There was no love.
She just saw your mom, and your mom didn't agree.
My mom, we saw my dad. He was like, "You will not marry this person if this kind of person comes from." Because my dad is a type that doesn't talk. He doesn't talk to anybody. He goes his ways. He doesn't have friends up till now. My dad will be in the house. He will not know this person is inside my house.
Wow.
Like he doesn't talk. He do his own that
So
way.
your mom said no.
My mom.
But he actually came for your mom.
He actually came for my mom. My mom was surprised when he came for her. So like he was shocked.
And the parents agreed.
They agreed. Everybody agreed. You have to agree. You have to. He went through the pastor and told the pastor
And the
this
father.
person wanted to marry. Told the pastor that's how he got married. But then before then, my grandma was like, no, you will not marry this person.
Now
My great grandma was
kicker.
shocked to find out.
Let's bring something to a kind of,
So
the points they have really mentioned. So what we're trying to say is that back then,
back then,
there's what we call a strong parental consent.
Yes.
Yeah.
A strong parental consent that was playing out in those days. That is not, anywhere now. Before, I don't need to know you or meet you.
Tomorrow.
I'll just have to go to your house and carry drink.
Some of them with their parents would now sit and say that those people they give birth to boys more than girls, and you will make a good one. You give birth to more children.
When you come back, when you're not in the village, they will call you to
yes,
come.
the mother will
That
call
somebody
you.
has come for you.
So even some of the mother will find wife for the wife.
Why it was possible then is because they were innocent. They had innocent mind.
Even then,
But currently,
you still bring another issue.
when I have in mind that I want somebody that is rich, as long as you're not rich, even if I marry you, I will not it will be problem. We'll keep fighting, we'll keep struggling, we'll keep, you understand?
Someone told me a story.
People have that
Someone told me a story.
Yeah, that's the reason.
Someone
Once you have
told me
that
a
strong
story.
mindset.
Some time ago. It's about how the mom and the dad got married. Very similar. Around 20 something years ago. Let's just say close to going to 30 years. I know the girl, they don't live here. So she was talking to me, she said how the dad married the mom. The dad lived in the north. didn't know the mom. It was the dad's sister that found the mother, but they are from the same village, kind of. Then so the sister traveled, came to Enugu, met the mom where she was living around Amechi area, close to me. Saw them and said, told her, my brother is going to come for you and she likes you. It was the dad's sister, your sister getting married for you.
Yeah.
And you were not around.
That is something.
And so the sister went ahead, did the dowry, paid everything. The man sent money and the father here they went.
Sister?
Maybe. Did everything, those aunties.
Surrogate marriage.
So it's not like it's over, like the father, the man's father was alive. But it was the lady that found the girl. So when they came, the father did the rest. When they paid the thing, did with their kinsmen and all that. When the man just came back, he just carried the wife and traveled back to North. There was no custody, and the marriage have stayed for close to 30 years.
That was the same thing with my grandparents.
Then
Nothing.
too,
There is
was
no
no
divorce. There is.
There is one
I'll still point out my points I made.
Okay, there was trust in those days.
Trust and there was
There
understanding.
was marital
Trust comes with respect. Like I point out to what I said now, because the man cannot just come and pick someone he doesn't love. It doesn't happen. So that trust you're talking about is actually correlating from maybe the person got the girl. He trusts his sister. You understand? So he trusts that anybody his sister brings, he's going to love the person. So for the lady now, for example, let me say for the lady now.
Your mom wait, can it happen now? But let's just.
It can't.
It cannot happen
It
now.
can't.
Because the guy will want to see.
It can't.
The guy we want to see. The guy we
Where
want
is
to
her
see.
Facebook account?
Even
Where is her?
nowadays,
That
brothers
was
and sisters are not that close.
But my grandparents' own was like.
As it was then.
Yes.
My grandparents' own was.
So imagine you can't
my
find a wife for
grandfather
your brother.
was elder. My grandfather was the elder son. Others, he was the elder son. They don't want to get married before. Because the father died and they don't want to get married. Why he got married was because he's the elder son. And they have a lot
That's
of
your father.
Yes. They have a lot of responsibility. My grandfather, a lot of responsibility. That way, if not for it, my
He didn't
grandfather
want
will
to
not
get
get married. So the family, my grandfather's family doesn't like my mom. He haven't nobody find the one. He was the one that found it. My grandmother doesn't talk to anybody. Like this thing, just stay away from men. That was my grandmother believing. And my grandpa to stay on his own. And my grandfather saw her and God said that he's the one he wanted to the pastor. My mom's church, he went to the church and told them they were going to send church, they were from the same village. It's past my grandfather's side before he was going. That's how they find it. Nobody in our family. My grandfather's son likes my mom. Even when he got married to her. You know that and say I don't go married to this person. You're not talking to my grandfather. That thing you tell her not to do is that thing you're going to do. I know anything about it. So when they were against the marriage, he went for it. And you know beating. He did not get to marry. That was the thing. And they still live happily. But now the thing is that my grandfather, that thing my mom tell him not to do. You're not still here. You still can do it. My grandma will talk and talk and talk. And still not do anything. They will get her angry, he will carry her bag and travel to the village. The last time he said he's going back to his father's house. My
grandfather said he's going back.
My
grandmother
was surprised to find out that he didn't go back he went back and go and stay with his mother-in-law. And both of them were staying together. He was surprised about it. He didn't say anything. He turned back and stayed with his children.
Okay. Wow.
They
Wow.
need to have love.
Okay.
They have to
Like
understanding.
let's just bring the whole thing together. So these days, from the point Cynthia gave, Rainbows, then Charity, let's hear your own point. Let me see if it's kind of why are relationship of the 21st century not working out? Why is it not leading to marriage like we had it then? What are the 2-3 things you can cite?
As I said in the old times, they had commitment. But
They
in
had
this
commitment.
new
Era.
era, yeah, they have a lackadaisical attitude, like to even to compress themselves in a relationship.
It's very hard.
It's very hard for them.